Well guys, finally happened. The Renegade hit 100,000 miles, so I'm getting rid of it. Selling it. Getting rid of this thing, man. I don't want a car that old. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. Nah, just kidding. No, for real though, it did hit 100,000 miles. I'm not gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna keep it. But we're gonna quickly reflect back on the Renegade in the life that I've had it with. We're gonna talk about some things that have happened to other people's Renegades before the 100,000 mile mark and some things to look for. And overall, we're just gonna cover a couple things. But let's get into it. Back in 2020, I bought my Renegade in July, and from then on, I've had it. I think I've had it with about 17, maybe 18,000 miles. And in that time, as you guys have known, if you watch the videos in the channel, I have modded it up. I've changed some stuff around. Now, I wouldn't say it's stock anymore. It's no longer stock. So in the time that I've owned my Renegade, I've gone through 3 sets of tires, one of which was the original. And honestly, I could have rocked those for a while before I needed to actually change them. I just switched them out, got new wheels and tires with the Falcon Wild Peak AT3Ws. And just last year, I got the new tires, AT4Ws. And I just changed the battery out in 2024. So that battery lasted a while. My Renegade has not had any problems, nothing mechanically, at least not yet. Now that I hit 100,000 miles, you would expect to see some of those things emerge. But I've been lucky, I've been one of the lucky ones. Unfortunately, there are some unlucky ones out there that have had multiple issues with different things, whether it's the oil consumption issue. People have had issues with transmissions within the first 20 to 30,000 miles. If you look on a Reddit post or if you look online, you can find groups that have talked about the different issues they've had with their Renegade. You get a split down the middle. Some people have had major issues, some people haven't had a single issue. The Renegade's had issues in the past with oil consumption, oil burning, transmission, also had issues with airbags. I know some people that have the My Sky feature have had issues with it as well, whether it's not rolling back like it's supposed to, it gets stuck, sometimes you get water leaks. And once again, that's something I haven't had a problem with. I honestly don't use mine very often, so that might be why. It's not letting it get overused, I suppose. Now going back, guys, I have said before, I've lifted it up, I've got new wheels and tires, I have spacers. I haven't done a whole lot to it, but the things I have done have been the reasons for some of the things that I've had to fix. With adding the lift kit, struggled with the front links and links, with them popping. Anytime I drive, you hear that annoying pop, clicking sound up front. I've tried to fix that issue before. It got to a point now where I just let it happen for too long, where the holes got elongated from both ends of the links, so I'll have to replace the whole all of that stuff. And you know, maybe that'll be a future video, but because of it, I'm still dealing with it. And unfortunately, that was on my own doing for doing the whole lift kit. I'm pretty sure if my car would have still been stock, I don't think I would have had a single problem besides having to replace the battery. With hitting the 100,000 miles, there's things you should get fixed, even though things might not be broken or causing problems. It's still smart to get things taken care of. It's called preventative maintenance. Things that don't really need to be fixed yet because it's still running but should get fixed, right? So stuff like getting all your fluids changed out. So coolant, transmission fluid, brake fluid, all fluids getting switched out with some new stuff. Getting a tune-up is a smart play. Honestly, that's what my car needs right now. I can tell it's a little slow. Another thing that's a little bit more on the major side, and I know some of us don't have to worry about it too much, the timing belts. The 2.4 automatic Renegades come with timing chains. Timing belts, on the other hand, do need to be fixed. The 1.4 turbos do have a timing belt. If you got one of those, I would get those changed out. And yes, I know, guys, it's gonna be some costly stuff. If you're trying to keep your car for a while, you definitely wanna do this stuff to prevent anything from happening, to keep your car running smooth. And in general, you do that with any car that you have that hit 100,000 miles or more. Let's go back out there, we'll do a walk around the Renegade, and then we'll see what kind of damages we have. As you can see, the front of the Renegade is still kind of salty. But if I clean up this little area here, you can see how it's starting to chip and fade a little bit. Here is a spot that I got hit by some flying debris off somebody's truck. This scratch showed up out of nowhere, but if you look carefully, you can see that it's starting to get ready to chip. And the windshield I cracked years ago. Overall, guys, if your Renegade or your vehicle in general gets to 100,000 miles, you know, don't be scared. It happens. It will happen. Just know that you got to put some work into it to make it so the car will last longer. And like I said before, the Renegades, it's a 50-50 of what people have had. If you haven't had an issue yet and you've hit 100,000 miles, you might be in the clear. But with that preventative maintenance, you could definitely be sure that it will last longer. Overall, guys, that's pretty much all I had. If you ever have any questions or suggestions for a video, let us know. Hit us up, leave us a comment, send us a message on Instagram, send us an email, whatever it is. Get a hold of us, and we'll see what we can do. With that said, thank you for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.